Hi, I'm Alex Smith. I am now a teacher at West Green High School, but I'm speaking to you today because hopefully you're going to be learning some math, but more, I was involved in talent search when I was in high school. I went to West Green High School. I was in talent search and the TRIO programs involved in it. So I wanted to come back. They asked me to come and show you a little bit of math, and just to let you know that, we talk about students going to college and whatnot. It happened. Alright, this is a follow-up to my lesson on the understanding the unit circle. Just call it unit circle part 2 or whatever. By the way, I'm Alex Smith. I am a graduate of the Tusculum College Talent Search program. I'm now teaching at West Green High School. So, if you watched the first video, what we looked at is how to find simple values on the unit circle. We looked at and talked about how cosine is going to be any x value that we find on this, how sine is going to be any y value on the unit circle. Well, the unit circle, there's not too many values that we really care about, but basically in each quadrant, if I cut the circle into fourths, I care about the values on the ends, halfway in between, which would be, if this is 0 degrees and 90 degrees, that'd be 45 degrees, or pi over 4 radians. And then halfway between each one of these things, pi over 3 or pi over 6. Now, a lot of teachers will tell you just to straight memorize this thing all the way around. That gets boring. It's really old. So what I want to tell you about, to help you understand this, is to make a chart. Because the beautiful thing about the unit circle, why we use it, it's a tool, A tool should help us. It shouldn't make things more difficult. So let's slide over, and I've made a tiny chart here where we can look at sine, cosine values. Remember, sine is referring to the y values, cosine is referring to the x values. Now, I had a professor when I was in college tell me about this, and I've never done anything since. So when you look at these, if you make the values in the first quadrant, this quadrant right here, what you should do for sine and cosine on everything, put every value over 2. Every value over 2. Next thing, you're going to put a radical on top, a square root symbol. You're going to put a radical on each one of these things. Okay? And then finally, for sine, you count up from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. For cosine, you count down. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's all your values for sine and cosine in the first quadrant. Now maybe you're looking at this and you're saying, well, sine of 0 degrees, well if I'm looking back over here, 0 degrees, the value is 0. Well yeah, the square root of 0 is 0, and 0 over 2 is 0. Square root of 1 is 1. 1 over 2, 1/2. So on and so forth. 90 degrees, like what we talked about in the last video, or pi over 2 radians, is 1. Well, the square root of 4 is 2. So what we have now is all the values in the first quadrant for this thing, for sine and cosine. Well, tangent, how do I know about tangent? Tangent is sine over cosine. So what can we do with that? Well, okay, if sine is 0 here, 0 over anything, that means that's going to be 0. Here I've got something over 0. I've got 0 in the denominator. We don't like that. We can't have that. That's undefined. That's undefined. Undefined. I've got the same thing over itself right here. That's 1. And then on the other two values, we have to work a little bit harder. So sine over cosine, dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So 1/2 times the flip, 2 over root 3. Well, look at that. The 2's cancel out. I've got 1 over root 3. If I wanted to rationalize this, depending on how much of a stickler your teachers are, I could and get root 3 over 3. So we'll say that this value is root 3 over 3. And for here, same thing. If I flip it, I've got the square root of 3 over 2 times 2 over 1. Those go away. The square root of 3 over 1, which is just the square root of 3. Now, maybe you're looking at that and saying, well, why is that a big deal? That's only 1/4 of the thing. That doesn't tell me much at all. It actually does. It tells us a whole lot about the unit circle. So, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Take the quiz associated with this, check out some more videos, and we'll go from there. Thank you.